we're gonna be talking DDG. DDG at the moment is one of the biggest streamers that is on the platform of Twitch and has had a really good successful couple of months, especially after streaming university. So for here, I'm here to explain pretty much how he got there from a position where on his Twitch streams, this guy was averaging like 500 viewers. Sometimes it can even be less, where, you know, people like Casanat and stuff like that had way more, and how he'd been able to manipulate it and be able to pretty much have things in his favor, have the advantage, be able to cook, be able to do what he needs to do, so then he can get to the big leagues. And now he's averaging like 20, 30, 40, 50, you can name it. You've seen DDG's content, bro. This guy averages a lot of views, but I'll explain and break down as to how he actually got there and why what he's doing now is not a fluke. So I even have some of this written down. I'm gonna explain the story right now. So at the beginning, DDG, I'm gonna be honest with you, when he started streaming, he wasn't doing that great. And 500 viewers to start is amazing. For someone like me who averages 500 viewers is amazing. Do you get what I'm saying? But for his standard, you would assume that he would get 1,000 people. I mean, if you get millions and millions of people on YouTube, then of course a little bit you've kind of got to have a, you know, a reciprocated type of effect when you go to another platform to see how many people actually mess with you. So he was even at times struggling to break 1K viewers. You know, he got clowned by Bruce, drop him off. I mean, we see what happened now. I mean, this guy's not even streaming no more, but he was getting clowned, and you could see why he said DEOK and stuff like that. He wasn't averaging that much, and he was basically, you know, kind of struggling to find his feet in the Twitch space. So it was even bad, like to the point where DDG didn't even want to stream on Twitch anymore. In fact, what he wanted to do was stream on YouTube. And the reason he wanted to stream on YouTube, obviously if you have 1 million, you know, subscribers on YouTube, and that's the platform, when you stream on YouTube, you're obviously going to get people that are sticking around for your stream. That simple. And unfortunately, you know, he was still getting like 1,000, maybe 2,000-3,000 here and there sometimes, but he was like averaging like kind of like 1,000 point something. And he was even told, I remember being in the chat one time, he was even told by somebody, yo, why don't you stream on Twitch? And he was like, bro, I'm not getting anywhere near the amount of views, I'm not gonna go there. He was basically put off the idea of even doing Twitch in the first place, bro. And that's when he wanted to actually lock in with streaming after going on a good run with his music and stuff like that. And he kind of just wanted to change it up. So all this while he had music going on at the same time, and he just decided to become an intelligent individual. I mean, he used his YouTube brain properly and moved it over to Twitch. And I'm explaining how. He not only, obviously he had this child, which is Halo, and Halo is a beautiful baby, and unfortunately they're going through a situation at the moment, but hopefully that gets resolved, that he's able to see his kid again, and everyone is able to, you know, be living happily ever after in the circumstance. Unfortunately it didn't work out, but here we are. But because of Halo, you can see that his TikToks and stuff like that, every time he would do something with Halo, memes and that, they were all doing well. He was using his method to grow on TikTok platform, and it was very easy to see how much of an influence the child had when it came to being on social media, because obviously him doing the dad and son, you know, type of bond, it pretty much allowed him to find a new audience, you know, with mothers, fathers, people that are related to that type of content, and it was cute, you know. Women were, you know, watching this and more invested, and if you know YouTube, yeah, you woman audience is like the best thing you can have, because when women watch your videos, a lot of them are ride or dies. No cap. They will be there to the end to see it out, bro. It's like how, you know, when they're watching like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or them reality series, they're so invested to the point where it becomes parasocial, basically. So as he was streaming, it was going up gradually, and he started to get clipped more on TikTok and things like that. And he just decided to start going and collabing around, you know, going to Aiden and collabing more, Kai collab more. When he was doing marathons and stuff like that, he just started collabing more in general. And he stopped seeing the views on Twitch as just like embarrassing and tried to actually make it grow. And he realized TikTok is the best way to help your streams grow. So he started utilizing that. So what he done after that was pretty much have it where everyone that's on YouTube that supports him, how do I bring them back? How do I make sure I could have some of the supporters to return? Okay, I went back in memory lane, and you can see the type of videos that he was doing 4 months ago. Now, if you get me corrected, he's not really getting the views that you would expect DDG to get. So with that, I mean, look, he's still got some bangers, you know what I'm saying? He collabed with Zoe Spencer, that's a very good point as well. But as you keep going, you can see he starts collabing with people doing different types of things, but it didn't hit the spot yet. But some of the things that actually happened that made it so DDG can come up was clip farming. The way that he was clip farming was doing some of his old tactics. Now, how many times do you see on TikTok of DDG Dirty Mackin? On Twitter, DDG Dirty Mackin or J5 Dirty Mackin. This Dirty Mackin strategy enabled for a lot of clip farming to begin because of defense, attack. And when DDG was bringing all his old friends and people that are familiar faces to the YouTube, then bringing them onto stream, like Lala Baptiste, 7, this then created a little bit of more of a desire for people to go and watch. You know, you're going to see a pretty girl. Obviously, this is after DDG was done with the relationship with Halle Bailey, and now he was able to pretty much just have women on stream and, you know, show out what he's about, things of that nature, and he was having a lot of fun. They even did cabin trips. He started doing promos, and people were tuning in like, yo, I'm about to tune into this. This is fire. Oh, Dirty Mackin, I seen it on TikTok. I need to see this on the streams. I need to watch this live because this is hilarious. And that's what was happening. A lot of people started diving into the content, seeing, wow, on TikTok, this is what's happening, so let me check out the streams. Because before, there was nothing really clippable DDG was doing too tough. He was doing some clippable stuff, especially when his son was there. But when his son wasn't there anymore because of unfortunate circumstances, he then had to turn it up himself in other ways. So, as you can see here, J5 ruined my chemistry with Lala, stuff like that. Shout out to J5 and Lala as well. And you can see that this kind of gimmick was running and it was doing alright. Obviously, as you can tell and you can see here, the views there's still some views to catch up on. You know, some things can obviously, you know, do better than others. But bear in mind, live channels are just about quantity and the volume that you can put out, because when you put out a lot of volume, the quality kind of naturally comes from the streams itself, so you don't really have to stress. Okay, obviously he starts reacting and doing stuff, and then Wendy is another thing. Yeah, like she pretty much was the girl that, you know, DDG brought on stream. Obviously I don't really know too much of the origins, but what I do know is that she was very popular on social media, especially within the Latin community. DDG obviously collaborated with them, and that obviously helped him grow as well. Then moving on, you can see, look, he's out inviting people to his streams, similar to what Kai is doing, you know, bringing people on streams, trying to collab, trying to do different things where you can have more clippable content. He did something with Bad Barbie, 630, and obviously it really did well on the Twitch, because people were like, yo, I'm going to tune in because this guy's bringing people that from the past that you knew about. You know, Bad Barbie, someone that you knew about in the past. But now you can see clearly that DDG knows exactly what he's doing. He's bringing these people in the past so you can have some nostalgia and have a reason to watch him. Very smart guy. And after the Bad Barbie, you can see that he started going to different people. Look, calls Tiana after 5 years. Tiana after 5 years. Why would you do that? And it's because a lot of people had a lot of demand for it, you know? Oh, you brought this person back. Why didn't you bring this person back? And you see, DDG is a smart guy. He knows, oh wow, you know, after everything that's happening behind the scenes with my kid and the girl I was with, or baby mama, whatever it is, let me actually just start, you know, bringing women on stream. And when you started bringing women on stream, you could see that enticed a lot of the old viewers, the people that are old and grew up with DDG, to come back and watch it, to see the people and the old relationship they had, because the parasocialness, especially with the type of audience he created before, it grew and grew. He was doing the ratings similar to what Kai does. He started rating the people on the streams, getting the guests to rate them, because he knows that's what the audience wants. He's a smart guy. So, you know, he started getting more people on. And bear in mind, if you watch, you know, DDG's TikToks, you see he does TikToks with all of these people, and it's gonna get views. Why is it gonna get views? Because he knows the method. If you do videos with girls, people are always going to be like, the guys are gonna be like, how do you do that then? And how you gonna do that? Or they might be like, oh wow, this guy, you know, he gets all the girls. Wow, like look at the way people out these Dennis, like me and Duke can't be stopped. Like this is the type of terminology they be using. So, you know, by doing those type of TikToks, you then have people enticed because they're gonna watch it for the women. The women are gonna watch it for the women, and the guys are gonna watch it for the women. Everyone's gonna watch it for the women, but it's the guy that they're with. So people are gonna start, you know, wanting to be like that guy and try and invest in the guy and see how does he pull that off. That's why he's got more guest stars today, you know, in Dear Love, as I said, Germany girl, and his crush here, who I think is another popular individual, he was doing videos with, and they were doing very well on TikTok because people were shipping them together, being parasocial. He uses that for views and attention. He's smart, intelligent. He's been in the game. Man making music about the sun. Come buy anything. DDG and Lala go on their first date. Even went back. See, look, this is what I'm saying. He went back to his old formulas. Man went back to face flight. I remember he was on the phone like, hey, we haven't played in a long time. I've seen each other in a long time. Bro, he went back to his old ways. McQueen. You're saying bro went to meet McQueen again. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is smart. He went back to his old formulas. And it was just smart. It's intelligent. You know what worked before. Let me repeat it because people like the nostalgia. Obviously, mixing in your new type of content that you're evolving to become, but also bringing in the people to come and watch that content. And you know that does numbers on TikTok. You know that does numbers on Instagram Reels. Start promoting your music through that. Promote your music through the Instagram Reels and TikTok that you're doing with other people from the streams. So now you're hitting a triad. TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. No, a quadruple. TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. And then YouTube. But mostly TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. That's the triad. That's the legendary triad if you want to be able to really grow on Twitch to the full capacity. Most of the people on YouTube don't really come towards the Twitch. They usually stay on the YouTube. But TikTok's, Instagram, that's where you're going to get most of your people. So you can see that's pretty much what it was. DDG was building up a lot of motion and then he meets Germany Girl. Germany Girl was like nostalgia galore, similar to how Tiana was. It was nostalgia galore. This guy's a very smart individual, as I've said like how many times. He knows people want to see this. He knows because people kept asking in the stream like, oh, you bought this person, you might as well do that. You might as well do Germany Girl for the one time. And he said, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Oh, don't even get me started on how the cameraman Johnny, another thing that DDG is very good with, because cameraman Johnny being able to have his own character kind of made people more intrigued from like a POV perspective, acting as if they're Johnny. You're always defending people and dirty macking people. Now I am dirty macking you as Johnny. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's from his lens. There's like a psychology to it. Because it's like his POV is like your POV. Obviously, you know, you racked up some views from the Germany Girl. But all in all, this was like the stepping stone. Oh, Inside was good as well. People from Netflix also being able to notice him. I don't know how much of an impact it actually had. Maybe not that much because people in America didn't really tune in too tough. But for me, DDG did well on the Inside. And I think it did translate for maybe a couple of UK people to actually tap into him a bit more. That's what I can guarantee. So obviously, you know, he does some more streams. Obviously focuses on some of his music. But these sessions that you all see are from the 7 day. The 7 day where he was getting decent views still. Like, it was alright. He was getting in the thousands. But I'm telling you, when he started doing that stream thing, the sub counter was there. Everyone was in tune to see if DDG will cut his dreads. People thought he was gonna bait. So he said, you know what, while people are waiting to see if I cut my dreads, let me do everything I can possibly do. Man was making music, getting hit by loads of people, labels, stuff like that to try and really get to a good position. And he used that to his advantage, cooked very, very, very hard during that subathon. To the point where now his average views is like 6, 7, 8K instead of 2, 3 max. Do you know what I'm saying? 10K is going up and up and up. And when he cut his dread itself, I think he hit like 100K or something like that. I don't remember. But I know he hit high numbers. So, you know, that 7 day was really good. Then he cut his hair. Now life is going good for DDG. Life is going completely well. Like everything that he could have wanted to go right is going right. Until the big issue that happened where he was basically, you know what I'm saying, not able to see his boy, bro. Now, that one there, I won't lie to you, it is sad. It was a sad situation. You know, father usually in the child's life, like from like the black community, it's not often that you see that. And when you do see it, it's nice. But obviously, it was taken away from him because people say that he's allegedly an abuser. We don't know. But, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Rock Nation, man. But regardless, if he is, then yeah, can't lie. DDG, yo. But we have to see. We have to just see, you know. But anyway, Halo being there, you know, doing his first walk, stuff like that. This is all stuff that, you know, really, really build a person, really build a character. You know, you were in Japan. You know, he was getting the audiences from all around, from TikTok, Instagram. People, Kai Sanat's Mafia, they're in tune with DDG now. If they weren't before, they are now. You know what I'm saying? It's everything. And as all of this is happening, you know, you got the new Halo cut, which did numbers everywhere. He was able to make songs that were new as well. People are going to tap in now. Blame the chat. You know what I'm saying? Blame the chat. Doing all of these things has allowed DDG to really come up in the streamer world. And the big event I really want to talk about is Streamer University. Now, I don't know if I skipped it here. Streamer University might have been the best thing that could have happened. Because when Streamer University came, it came at a time where he was getting cooked online. People were like, yeah, fudge you, DDG. We hate you, man. And Kai came out and said, here's a hand. They're trying to hold you. Here's a hand. And then this guy started cooking. Because when I told you, if it wasn't for Stream University, he would have had a heavy mind, heavy heart with all the situation going and might have not even been able to reach to the same situation that he was before. But I'm telling you, that situation saved him, bro. Like, it saved him because he was able to have a lot of fun, you know, releasing it in the channel himself. And he was averaging crazy views. Now, if you saw Stream University, a lot of people average crazy views. But this guy averaging like 70, 80 views. And this is from like 8,000, 10,000. But it was averaging 70, 80 like he was Kai. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, it was a different game. And he's peaked at like 200k or something like that. It's just a different ball game. It was a different ball game. He was able to cook. He was entertaining. He had so many clips. So many clips. He even made, that's my bar. You know what I'm saying? He made loads of stuff. So, really and truly, DDG cooked in a way that was like unreproducible. Man even brought Riley Simpson for the cherry on top for the nostalgia, bro. Blackboy Max as well, like, bro, I'm telling you, Pink Dreads as well. That's another thing that helped him blow. DDG basically had the formula to the team, man. He did everything in his power to become relevant and stay relevant. He didn't waste any time. He made sure that he would stick with the correct formulas to blow. You know, with Kaisen not helping him, all of his, you know, old YouTube tactics on board. He was able to build all of that and become who he is today. And obviously, he still goes through his own trials and tribulations. But you can see from here that this guy is able to do what he wants now. He's averaging crazy views. He's also averaging a lot of views on Twitch. If you go to his Twitch, this is what you see. If you go to Twitch, this is what you see. All of these views are not from nothing, bro. They're all recent because he became like, yeah, streamer prom, like, bro, India Love as well is a very, very good assist for him. It's like the Kennedy or, you know, or the mystery girls from back in the day, but now he's able to bring someone that like India who's already popular, already liked a lot, and if Stream University made the personality really shown, and now they can basically do videos of each other, content of each other, and she understands his content. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's times where she does like something in Stream University that I realized is that when people made jokes and stuff like that about her, blah, 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 she played along with it because it was content. She didn't get stush and like, you know, upbeat and stuff like that. She knew it was content. So that's why I said it's very, very intelligent from her and him to bring on someone like that because she actually knows the game. People like her because she's cool and she ran with it. Obviously, she is seen as attractive by the majority. So that is why stuff like that is the decisions that he made. He's a smart individual, bro. And this has carried on and the momentum is just going to stick. So if you want anything and you really want me to break down what DDG has done to blow, he was able to use TikTok very, very smartly and play to what audiences love seeing. Relationship content with the opposite gender, cool TikTok dances and trending. That's literally the ultimate formula to blow on TikTok. Ultimate. He streamed with a lot of collabs and people that people were fond of, that he knew. He streamed for hours and hours and days and slept on stream and grinded. Posted every day on YouTube with his team, and he made sure that he didn't slow down and kept trying to innovate. If anything that you should take from this is consistency. As long as you're consistent in anything that you do, any craft that you do, you just need consistency, and I think that's the moral of the story, and he said it a lot as well. There's no trick to this. If you're consistent, you will do well. But yeah, that's what DDG has done to get from where he was before to now.